104.1 KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with producer Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Okay, my friends, this is for you, my singles, because there are a lot of people on apps that you're going to come across. And when you swipe right thinking he's Mr. Right or she's Mrs. Right, then you get to chatting with her. And then you might share, like, in their ice-breaking conversations, some of their hobbies. What do you like to do? What do you like to do? There is a list of hobbies, and the question is, are these dating deal breaker
So let's go around.
hobbies?
We go around the room, and then you can text us. I think that's the easiest way.
Okay.
Like if you would say it's a deal breaker or not.
Yes.
Like
I
if this set off your
Because
alarms.
when you hear about these hobbies, chances are if the relationship goes deeper, you're going to be doing
Living
this
with
hobby
the
with
hobby.
them.
Oh,
or
Right.
never thought of that.
living with them, but maybe doing the hobby with them.
Or the
They'll bring you
hobby
in.
will be in your space. You might not be doing it with them, but that hobby takes up some space.
Or cost you money.
Or it takes us your time away from each other.
If you're
So let's-
married, then they take that your money and their money, and
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
do this.
y'all's money once you're married.
but if it's a hobby
But if
you
it's
don't
a hobby,
respect or like,
yes.
Then you're like,
waste all this money.
right. So let's start with
Yeah.
something easy.
Okay, let's go.
Something that you've probably seen every day, even right now, listening to the Roula and Ryan show, driving to work, you're going to see somebody doing this. Running. If the hobby is being a runner, this person is going to want to get in a run on no matter what day of the year it is, no matter what vacation day
oh,
you're
yeah,
on.
you on vacations.
Come on, let's go for a run. Come on, we're going to wake up and go for a run.
Ooh, Sam?
They try and get you into running, or they're just going to run.
What do you say, Sam?
I like that. I'd be okay with that because
Okay.
you can choose to run with them or you choose not to run with them.
Okay, not a deal-breaking habit.
No.
I mean hobby.
It can be expensive because running sneakers can be very expensive.
learned
You'll
that.
burn through them.
We learned that. And the
And
pretty
clothes.
the
quickly.
clothes, the equipment, like a lot of people used to
Right.
watch and GPS and stuff like that. But sorry, very quick answer. It's not a deal breaker.
I don't think so either.
Me either. But sometimes women that do it too much, and guys, their knees get so skinny, it's kind of creepy looking.
They have
So you're not into the body shape.
Yeah,
the body- the
like
body
also
shape.
they said, I just started doing it, and I like the way you are now, and then you're going to really get into it. Your
Get
body's going to
extreme
change.
running, your body will change.
Now, if you're already in it, and I like your body as it is,
Uh-huh.
Well, with any relationship, your body's going to change.
Yes.
Ups and downs.
But now with
Just
that,
being
though,
in it for
running,
them.
they stay
No,
great
you're
running
going to
is
stay
so
pretty
different.
fit if you
But
run every day.
Okay, how about this one? And this one's a red flag for some women because you
Okay.
know what's coming in your life when you get married.
All right.
Oh, I love working on this old car that I got. It's in my garage. I love to restore cars.
Where it will stay for the next 20 years.
I'm fixing up this old car that I got.
or
If you're on a date, ladies or dudes, with a guy that says, I just love fixing up old cars. I have a car in my garage right now from 1954. I'm going to make it a hot rod. I'd be like, oh, Lord.
depends how long you've been working on it.
Like, that means that they can fix your vehicle anytime. It's a wholesome hobby.
Does it,
like,
Kevin?
they're-
Oh, no, I don't know how to change your
Does it?
oil. I just know where I'm going to buy this next
Now, they
car.
should know
It's
how
going to cost
if they're
$1,200.
doing that, they should know how to do everything.
Yes,
They should.
absolutely.
They should.
But Kevin, what if they said, "Yeah, I've been working on this '66 Mustang for 12 years."
years.
I'll be like, "Oh, geez, that thing's gonna be sitting there forever."
it is a money pit.
The
I do know
garage
that.
will never be empty, and you will never use it for anything other than storing that
I just
car.
think of the
Yeah.
scene in Old School with Frank the Tank where he's,
hot
playing
rod.
Here I Go
Oh, yeah.
Again. He's got the old Camaro in the driveway.
Camaro, was it? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
My dad has a 1969 Jaguar, and
Jaguar?
yes, and he did have it in the garage for most of my youth, and my mom cursed it every time she could
Yeah.
not get into the
Yeah.
garage.
And how'd that end up?
Yep.
And they are now divorced. My dad still has the car, but he said he finally said that he's looking into selling it.
Oh.
And I said,
Oh.
"Good, Dad, because don't leave it to my brother and I.
Yeah, you don't
we
want
don't
that.
want
You don't
we don't
want
want to
it?
have to take that on." I said, "Go sell it and spend that money on travel."
Oh, so it's
Does
not
he actually
repaired yet.
drive
No,
it?
it's done.
No,
It's
it's
oh, he
it's
drives
done?
it. Oh, he
Okay.
drives it
Oh,
all
okay.
over the
But if I
place.
have to fix it once in a while, there's.
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes it out. And half the time, it makes
So,
it back.
ladies, would that be a deal breaker, Roula and Sam?
That's not a huge deal breaker.
It's not a
annoying.
huge deal breaker, but I just know you have to know what's coming. You will
Yeah.
never, if you marry this person, the garage will never be.
Give me a 3-car
For
garage.
anything you need. Yeah, you
can
better
keep your
have-
on the left.
And
I'll
you guys
take
might
the
get,
other two.
it might turn you into car heads, and like you're into it.
Right.
You're
Motorheads.
I would like the idea of them being
But
able to change
you
my
do-
tires, my oil, if anything happened, so that's huge.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Don't you
like
think
that.
you take on the traits of your mate? Like when you've spent a lot of time. I mean, there are some things that they'll keep to themselves.
Oh, I do that, Mark
But I think a
does.
No,
lot
I'm
of
trying to think what I do. My wife does. I don't like.
Don't you do
purses.
things that you would have never normally done when you were single that you now do?
Well, I mean-
because you're married.
No.
No.
I don't know. It's just-
Okay.
I don't know.
trying to think
We'll
about
circle
that.
back to that.
You have to think
what,
about that.
what else is
Give
on
me
this
some
Okay,
list?
All right.
other hobbies that could be dating deal breakers. If the person, and somebody texted about this too, if the person is into cosplay or LARPing, you live action role playing like an elf, a medieval elf, or battles in the park. Like we're gonna have a medieval battle in the park.
Then they're like,
I'm
they're
gonna
gonna
LARP.
They're gonna bring that into the bedroom.
Yeah,
And
no.
you're like,
That's
What?
it.
How
That
do you
would-
know?
Why does your mind go there? Why
because
would they bring
if
that
you're
into
into
the
LARPing
bedroom?
in a park, you're gonna want to do it in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I don't know
If you're-
about that.
If you're not embarrassed to do that out in public, then you're gonna do it in
Oh,
the
you know
bedroom.
what? You're
My
right.
lady, my lord.
That's exactly how Sam came up with
Dragon
the
noise
dragon
in.
noise.
Yeah.
Remember
See?
the guy was really into that weird stuff?
I know. Yeah, no. That's a hard pass.
So LARPing, I'm gonna be like, no, we're not the same.
I don't think we're in.
Unless you're
If
into
you go
that
to the
yourself.
Renaissance Festival with your own sword and your
Hey.
own costume,
Hey, that's not LARPing. That's not LARPing. We're not
Live
taking it to the
action
next.
role-playing
We're
with
not
each other?
taking it to the next level.
Yeah,
No.
no, but
Yeah.
that's how it starts, right? That's like the gateway to LARPing.
Gateway drug. Possibly. Do people do that out in the
sword is the
campgrounds?
gateway.
In the campgrounds, do they do that, Kev? Like,
Absolutely, they do.
Because you get
Yeah.
caught up in it, like, let's just hit each other with swords.
Yeah,
Do
no.
they ever break character? Or do they stay in it all the time?
The folks who work there never break character.
Yeah, they're getting paid.
They're good at it.
Right.
But, if you're on the campgrounds amongst friends, you just slip in and out of it. I bet.
What if you're on a date and the person tells you, I just really love photographing birds. Birds are very peaceful to me.
Bird watcher?
I find photographing birds. Like I go out of my way to find, by accident, my mom has the most amazing bird cam at her house because my brother used to have a basketball hoop that, now it's like all defunct when nobody's used it for it's rusted. And birds will perch on the rim of the basketball hoop.
That's
and
top
where
property.
her-
That's like a high rise.
Yeah, that's where her camera is for the house, one of her exterior cameras. So every day, my brother, who watches her cameras to check on mom when she goes home or whatever, he goes, "Oh, look at this bird. This bird is like right up in the camera, y'all. It is right up in there, staring at the
I
camera."
don't know anyone, like, if you're dating in your 20s and they said they're into bird watching, I feel like that's an older person.
That's an older person.
Yeah, I
I
would
feel like
think
you're
of my
activity.
grandma.
You're on that
Okay, so
borderline
let's
of
say
being a
you're in
peeping
your-
Tom pervert with all the equipment.
Man, you and the perverse.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
like,
always
your mind
taking it
always
perverse.
goes
you got
there.
binoculars,
If
you
they're
got
selling
things.
these photos, like say they're
to make money. That's
making
cool.
money,
Well,
then
that's a
I'd be fine with
professional
that.
photographer.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe if they're into that side hustle, but
they get the
or
bird flu.
if they allow me to travel with them and they're like, let's go to all these exotic places so we can go look at birds, and I'm gonna pay for your flight.
But then you have to get up, Sam, early and go in the jungle and
Yeah,
sit
go
there with
look
them
at
and watch
my
birds.
as long as I
Claws.
have like anti-itch spray, I'll be fine.
The scenario is she has a top tier camera and will drop everything if she hears there is a rare bird sighting.
Oh.
Okay, that's weird.
It's a yellow-headed booby.
Yeah.
I want to go see it.
And then you go to Whole Foods
That's
where there's like
glorious.
a billion of those birds. The one in Bel Air, there's thousands of birds
the
just
birds
show
on
up.
the wire.
Every-
Oh my God!
Once
yeah.
a year, they show up everywhere.
Oh my God, yes. It's like a crazy, creepy
thousands
movie.
Right.
of birds.
I think it's a
They're
gang.
everywhere.
It's like a bird gang.
No,
It's
even
a
at
bird gang.
intersections. They're all at intersections on the wires.
I wouldn't mind dating someone just so I could ask them, like, how come we never see baby pigeons? We always talk about that.
Yeah, we just see full life ones that are looking for the food at the parking lot in the
that's
grocery
true.
store.
I've never
I
seen
never
a little
thought
baby
about
pigeon.
that.
I just
Ones.
see them, boom.
Full grown ones. Okay, next hobby that is it a dating deal breaker or not? You go on a date with somebody and in the conversation they tell you they are an extreme couponer. And they tell you about all the amazing deals.
Oh, I
they
love
have.
that.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me find out some more ways to save.
Extreme couponing.
I
is
mean,
a
as long as they're not
whole
trying to-
different animal than just liking a deal.
If they're trying to impose that on me, then I'm gonna.
They're gonna have
a
to
problem.
because they're gonna be so mad once you're together and your money's together.
Yeah,
They're not
what-
gonna be
but
okay
what
with
I'm
you spending
thinking
money.
is the because I hate clutter. I can't stand mess.
Oh, them
Well,
just
you don't want
buying-
72
And I'm
rolls
thinking-
of Bounty paper
Yeah,
towels
right.
for
No,
$12?
I'm thinking like the kitchen table is going to be just nothing but mounds of coupons or coupons.
But it could
or
be
whatever.
good if you spend a lot and that person doesn't. You don't want two people that's my first marriage. We were both spenders, and that did not go well.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
divorce was $0
Yeah,
to
we're
fight
fighting
over.
with debt.
Yeah.
And now my wife, I mean, she likes the finer things in life too, but she's smart and knows how to save money.
She knows how to do it.
So deal
Efficiently.
breaker or
I
not,
don't-
extreme couponing, I feel like it could be a deal breaker. If the person is not
Extreme.
attractive
Yeah,
enough to
it's
me and then they
extreme.
tell me they're extreme couponer, I'd probably be like,
I want to
yeah,
show
I'm
you my
tapping
stockpile
out.
that I have. I want to show you everything that I've gotten.
Or like,
You know.
let me show you how we're going to get out of this meal with just $3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you as
And I'm
ladies
like, no.
think like, oh, he's a
I don't want that.
cheapskate.
I mean, there is a fine line between wanting
yeah.
to deal and then just being so cheap. You know what I mean?
Like I've never been on a date in my life where I whipped out a coupon.
Well, they don't really have. I mean, that's Groupons and stuff.
Yeah, I feel
that,
like it's
They-
hard to have
But if you
coupons
could,
for things.
if all you're saving is
you're in a
$5 or
relationship. I'm
$10.
talking about like an
Yeah.
early first date or something. You're
I mean,
not
I-
going to do that.
Coupons are more like grocery
Yeah.
stores, my vibe.
If I
Right,
saved $100,
right.
then I'd be excited.
Yeah.
$50, $100,
Absolutely.
but like $4.
But if you're like the person that's like, oh, this is going to be $4.11.
Okay,
I
quick,
know all my coupons.
Every little
and,
bit
like,
adds up.
like,
quick
well,
yes or no's to throw you a few more so y'all can talk about this on your taxidermy enthusiast.
No.
Walk into the house,
No.
tons of animals.
No, I
okay.
don't wanna see.
Ghost hunter.
No.
Likes to go on those excursions to find ghosts and spirits.
just
Oh, that's
weird.
scary. I don't think so.
No.
I don't like that world.
Parkour enthusiast.
What?
They're going to get hurt.
They want to jump from building to building.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Parkour.
It's where they jump from thing
they
to
just-
thing and they're like, parkour. You
Remember
have to
the-
say it. You have
Remember
to
The
yell
Office?
it.
Yes, I do. Yeah. He went right through a refrigerator box.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Amateur astronomer. Telescope worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
Disappears for nights chasing the perfect star alignment.
Although it gets old after a while, that's all they talk about.
Wow, what do you see? Stars.
The stars are bright. Deep at night.
I never knew about a.
Leave it out of Texas.
Anybody know what a free diver is? I never even knew what that was.
Those
Are this
people-
the people
free
that
diver?
don't use
Someone who
scuba
holds their
gear?
breath to extreme limits to
Yeah.
dive
yeah, that's
deep
scary.
underwater, constantly flirting with death.
So they're
Yeah, no,
going
thank
like
you.
50 feet down. They don't have a tank with
No,
them.
God, I can't breathe now thinking about it.
You gotta be careful of that stuff because then you worry about them dying.
The bends.
Even scuba because they want to go.
I need to take a deep breath.
They want to go to the Belize and go in the
Yeah.
No,
that
no,
big
no.
blue hole there and stuff. You want to go do things? Hell no.
No.
Oh, I've seen that picture, the big blue hole.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what
Y'all
that
can go
is.
to the listener line at 713-278-VENT and tell us about a date you went on where somebody told you about their extreme hobby. And you tell us if you tapped out
Yeah,
and
let
now
us know
you're in
if
it.
you- yeah,
You drink that Kool-Aid. Coming up next, a lot of people come to us on the listener line for quandaries. You know, they want to get our opinion or your opinion, Roula and Ryan Show family, on something going on with them. In this girl's world, it's all about an inheritance. And is she the witch or not? You'll get the call. You'll hear the call, and then you're going to chime in with your opinion next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
104.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan show. And, we get all sorts of calls on the listener line, 713-278-VENT. People want advice or, opinions.
Yeah, because everyone's going through something different. And we just need you to hear this one and give us a call at 833-390-KRBE. What do you think about this call? Here we go.
So I had something really great happen to me this year, but also really crummy. My aunt passed away, and we were really close. And before she died, she made it very clear that she was going to leave her fortune to me and half to charity. And my siblings and my mom or whatever, nobody really cared because we figured it'd be like maybe, I don't know, $4,000 or $5,000 or something, no big deal. But unfortunately, when she passed, I inherited $100,000. Anyway, my family is really on the outs with me, and they are upset. And now my mother had a sit down with me the other day saying, my brother needs help, my sister needs help, everybody, has, all these problems and the broken car, and they have debt, and I'm not opposed to giving them a little something here or there, $500, $1,000 or whatever, but should I feel bad keeping this for myself? Why should I be punished because I did all the right things in life and I stayed on the straight and narrow and I paid all my bills?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here's what I'd have to say to the family.
Well, the hell with that.
So
That's your
she
family,
got
though.
$100,000 from her aunt. Nobody else got anything. The other half of the aunt's fortune went to charity. And here's my thing: if the family didn't know she got $100,000, like why did they have to know that?
Yeah.
She could have just said, "I got something from Aunt Sarah." But who was responsible for telling everybody else how
For leaking
much
the
she
info?
got? Because now once it's out there, they can't stop thinking about
Was
it.
she the executor?
Even if you're the executive, you keep it to yourself.
Yeah, you
Well,
wouldn't
that's
tell
what I'm saying. But
everybody.
if, say, the mom is.
Oh, if they look at the
Right.
reading of a
Or
will
someone
or
else.
something,
That's what I was
and they say
thinking.
what
I've
happened.
only seen it on movies.
Me too.
Well-
where they go and
They
sit
say
around
what
and
it
they're like,
is.
let me read who gets what. And
Whatever
then
the
it's like,
case,
you can't get out of that.
they know. I think the problem I have is that, I will donate or I will give you whatever you need, but don't act so entitled, like you deserve this or you demand
But
this.
They're asking for
what
help.
we learned-
They're asking for help.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But
I mean,
we've
it's
learned,
just
Eric, that
all
it
how
never
you
stops.
ask.
It never stops. It starts with 500 here, 1,000 there, 1,200 there,
And it never
another
stops.
400 here. Can you give me 250 over here because you have this and I have this and you got that and that's all free money.
that money
for
goes
you.
fast too.
Yeah.
$100,000, you will burn through it in a blink
I got
if you're
like-
not careful. Give
my-
money to everybody in your family.
Like in 2000, my dad died, and I think I got like $80,000, and within about a year and a half, 2 years, it was gone.
Jeez.
What'd you spend it on? Do you know?
Pay off debt, and then I bought stuff for the radio thing. It was like $6,000. Then my ex-wife's like, "Well, if you're buying that, I should get something or something." It's like
Oh,
Yeah.
just
tit for
stupid.
tat.
Like I was at a point, I didn't even cash a check, my work check for like 2 or 3 weeks,
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're just
then it
living
just-
off that money.
and then it just disappeared because you're just stupid, and that's what's going to happen to her. This 100,000 will be gone in 5 months.
But if they're fresh, you're gonna give it
833-390-KRBE is our number. 833-390-KRBE. Maybe you've been in this position. Maybe you're the person in your family that was given some money in an inheritance and everybody else was jealous about it. Do you think that this woman is obligated to help out her siblings or her mom who are saying, well, the car's broke down and we need you to pay for that?
Well, I think you just hit
versus them just being on the hook
the
for
magic
themselves.
word there. It's that feeling of obligation that irritates most people. Like, I am a very giving person. I will take care of. If
You
I
love your family.
if I love you, I'm going to do everything in my power to help you. But when it's demanded or it's expected, and they guilt you if you don't.
Somebody made a good point on text,
that's not
guys.
right.
It sounds like the family didn't care when they thought it'd be just like $5,000.
Oh,
They
yeah.
only care that's $100.
Yeah.
Well, why? What changed now? No, they're just looking for the money. So let's
That's
go.
true.
Let's go to the phones. 833-390-KRBE. Hi, is this Luis?
Yes, hello. Good morning.
Hi, welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show. What's your opinion on the caller's situation?
So think about in this order. I was telling them, this is like the life they chose to, and for them to ask for help,
No, I don't know.
No, your phone's kind of like hard
I
to
don't
hear.
know because the phone cut out a little bit. You're saying, say that one more time, Luis, because you're having trouble with your phone.
So it's like that's the life chose. Like they chose this life, and they're asking for help now. I get it if they were younger, but they're old. They're grown now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nobody told you to get yourself into this predicament.
That's true.
Why am I responsible to get you out?
Just because I was given. What if they found out you make a lot of money? Maybe you make $100,000 a year, and your family wants you to support them.
Like, well,
It's
you
like,
make more money than
I only
anybody
make
else.
$40,000 a year. You make $100,000. Can you give me some more? Give you what?
Yeah.
Go get a second job.
That's a bad attitude for people to have. Like, wow, they're doing well. They owe me. No, nobody owes you anything in this life.
James is up next at 833-390-KRBE about the woman who inherited $100,000 from her aunt. Nobody else in the family got anything, and now everyone's guilting her into sharing the money. James, hi. What's your opinion?
Well, my opinion is that I've actually went through this. My brother passed away from cancer, and he left me and my sister some money, but nothing to my mom. And I think it goes back to this. The angle it's not being looked at is who knows how often she came and visited this person. She probably maybe had lunch once a week, called her, all this other stuff. None of the family did anything. Maybe she got sick. She decided to change her will because these people didn't come around, but this person did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to leave that to them. And so now she passes away. Oh, well, we didn't get anything. Yeah, but now you want something because I have something.
Yeah.
You didn't care before she passed away.
You're so
and
right.
being a firefighter, I see this all the time, unfortunately, when I transport sick patients, right? Family gets upset, but they were never around, or unfortunately you transport people, and they don't have any family. So that's the angle, right? Like, it probably happened to what y'all said earlier. They were reading the will and found out that, wow, we didn't get anything? Well, I want something. Well, maybe you should have been around when she was alive.
Right.
How about your mom? You
Right.
said your mom. Was your mom upset then that you guys got
Absolutely. So my brother still had some debt when he passed away, and so my mom wanted to take the money. So there were three people that got money: my sister, myself, and his son. And she wanted the money to come out of either my sister or my portion to pay the debt that he had, because whatever debt he had would have then been taken out of what was for his son, and the rest would go to his son when he turned 18.
Was your mom responsible for paying that debt?
Correct. Yes. Right.
Okay.
Because she became the executor of the money, and the way it was written through the military was she can only pay bills, and then we're going to hold the rest because my nephew was 8 at the time. So my sister got a check for $150. I got a check for $150. But my mom didn't want to take some from her nephew. She wanted something, right? So she wanted me to give her the money back. I mean, but my mom was my mom. So, that's the biggest thing is my thing is I don't think they were around as much as this individual who called was. That's why it changed to what it was.
Did your brother have a tough relationship with your mother, and that's why he excluded her?
So he was in the military. He was deployed, then found out he had cancer. And so they really had kind of a rocky relationship just kind of to begin with. But when he was gone, like when he came to Indy Anderson, we grew up in San Antonio. So when he came to Houston, I moved from San Antonio to Houston to live with him, right? Like, hey, we're going to try and beat this. I'm moving with you. And my mom never really came throughout the year and a half.
Oh,
so
there you go.
my mom's never really done well with finances. And so, like, I've had to bail her out of some stuff. Like, I actually take care of her finances now. Her bills get paid because I pay them for her. So she's always had to borrow money. I don't even talk to my aunts and uncles because of the amount of money that she's borrowed from them and never paid back. And so
that's no good.
And so then they come to me to want the money to pay back if they want a relationship with me. It's so...
Well, I think you just answered it.
It's like, once people know you have the money, James... They're never unknowing it.
That's really tough.
And they're just going to constantly chase you down thinking, well, you got that money and it wasn't yours before. What's the big deal?
What he said makes a lot of sense. Remember, this is the deceased person's wishes. So
and that's actually what
they did not wish for you guys to have that money. They wished for that person to have it.
So we're talking, if you're just tuning into the Roula and Ryan show, we're talking about a woman's call on the listener line. She was left $100,000 from her aunt. The rest of her estate, like half the estate, went to charity, and this niece got $100,000. The sisters and her parents are mad about it, and they feel obligated that she should give them money. Renee was an executor of a will, and she has a perspective to share with us. Hi, Renee. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
What do you think? Should this woman feel guilty for not sharing the money she got from the aunt?
Yeah, she shouldn't feel guilty. So I am the executor on my aunt's will. She had no children, nobody to leave it to. There's 3 of us that were her brother's daughters that were all left equal parts on her will. So when she passes, that's what will happen with the funds. I in no way swayed her to do whatever she needs to. She did whatever she wanted to do with the money. So if this aunt gave this niece $100,000, there's a reason she did that. And the aunt is the one that has earned that money over her lifetime, and she gave it to who she thought was going to be the most responsible and the most deserving of it.
Yep.
So everybody else needs to be respectful of that.
They just need a
the problem is how do we do that though?
I agree with you.
What you said made sense, but how do I tell my nephew that, or my brother that has car problems? He knows I have $100,000 in the bank, and he just needs $1,000.
It's not your money. It's not your money to give away. It was never your money to give away.
Amen.
Now it's my money to give away, and if I don't want to give it away, I'm not giving it away.
Or you could just...
I think
now
she's
listen,
spot on.
That's awkward Thanksgiving
most
dinner.
People are not confrontational like that and not bold like that, Renee. So if anything, just go to the lie. Say, you guys have no idea how much debt I was in before this happened. She gave me the biggest gift. It's all gone.
I spent it all.
All my credit card debt is gone.
The lies.
Man. I used all my credit cards. All my credit
and then wherever you
debt.
go on vacation, they're gonna be like, "Oh, look, I can afford that trip."
I don't know why people feel so much pressure. Though. When my father, I know, but when my father passed away, he specifically had written to me that, look, I want my widow to have this money. I even went so far as to, he had a deal that he was trying to close, and 2 days after he passed away, I closed this deal, and it was for over 6 figures. Got the deal done, and my brothers and I signed over everything to his widow because that was his wish. You respect the deceased person's wishes.
Yeah, but it's the last thing you can do for him.
Yes.
Well, we have a lot of calls from people who got money in a real controversial way.
Go back.
Like the ex's family gave the money to the person that's not even married to the main person.
I hear these stories.
You hit a nerve here.
Hold on, Matt. Let me see if Matt can hold on. Matt, can you hold on for us? I want to hear your story. Can you hang on for us? Okay, hold on, because Matt's ex's family put in the will.
Oh, well, nice.
I got to hear that deal.
Maybe not the ex.
To be continued on this conversation next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Back to Roula and Ryan.
833-3 390-KRBE. We're continuing our conversation from a listener line question that was brought up. A woman inherited $100,000 from her aunt. In her estate, when the aunt passed away, she gave half to charity and half to her niece. The siblings of this woman that got the $100,000, when everyone thought it was like $5,000, nobody was going to bother her.
Yeah, but now
they know it's $100,000, and now even the mom is coming after saying, "Listen, you got to help out your brother. His car's broken down. You got to help out your sister. Her electric bill is due."
Where does it end?
Where does it end? So we are asking that question, and we were saying, and people are telling us about different ways they got money from unsuspecting sources. Matt is standing by to tell us about his ex's family. Hi, Matt.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Hey, Matt. What's your story?
So I'm actually the guy that called about the 10-year-old son about the ex and stuff a while back.
Can't remember.
Well, you got to give me more details than that because we got a lot of people calling us about exes.
No.
So it was her 10-year-old son. That's how you call. I caught her cheating.
Oh,
yes.
She took him like fishing, and
Yes.
he was like
how'd you catch a
his
cheater?
like
Yeah.
stepdad.
Yeah.
Right,
I remember
Matt.
that now.
Yeah.
And wait, is he still in your
So-
life, by the way, sidebar? He's still in your life even though you're not with her? Okay.
Actually, yes,
Got
he
it.
is. He
Okay.
is in my life and everything.
Good. Okay, so
But
what happened in this situation?
My daughter's mom. My daughter's mom. Her family. I was really close to her grandfather and all that. He had cancer, and he lost his battle to cancer.
I'm sorry.
It's kind of hard. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Take your time. It's okay.
That's sad.
Anyways, we built a lot of classic cars, and I inherited. She didn't really get anything because of what she did with me and my daughter, kicking us out and everything. I took him to the hospital. I took Grandma. I called them my grandma. They're not, but I claim them.
They're family, yeah.
Took him to a lot of his appointments. Took Grandma back and forth to the hospital. Myself, I took time off work and everything. I wasn't expecting anything.
Right. You just out of love.
On the day that he passed away, he sent me a text message, and it said, "I want you to promise me, you're one of the only people I trust. I want you to promise me that you will take care of Grandma.
Wow.
And I want you to pick which cars you want. And I also have changed some stuff." So he changed stuff in the will. I'm no longer with them, but I'm around the family. I was literally over at grandmother's house yesterday. And I inherited classic cars, some other stuff I also inherited. And I still keep up to my end of the promise.
How did the ex though take that? I mean, here you are so loyal.
Mad because her and my brother-in-law, we get along, we talk and everything. But it's one of those things. I was the only one there, and I didn't do it to get anything out of it.
You're just being a good person, yeah.
Yeah, and it came out that, they were good people as well. So I ended up getting a fully restored 65 Ford Falcon convertible that me and him worked on. A couple others that we're getting ready to start selling and stuff, but I got firearms and a bunch of other gold, silver.
Has any of that family come to you, Matt, and said, "Listen, when you sell that stuff and you get the monetary value, you better give us some of that"?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Wow.
And I was already told by Grandma not to worry about it. It's none of their,
there you go.
As Grandma says, none of their effing business.
No, I like Grandma. I like Grandma.
That's what you should say that. If you guys have a problem, if you want
Go talk to Grandma.
go talk to Grandma.
Yeah, go talk to Grandma. Well, Matt, listen, I'm glad that you were there for Grandpa and you're there for Grandma and you're doing a great thing. And I'm glad that Grandma is still around to shut them down. It would be harder if she also had passed. You'd have a total battle on your hands.
Did you ask her
lean on
permission
her.
first? Did you say, "Hey, I was thinking about, I was going to sell these," and she's no problem with it?
Yeah, it's something that we discussed and everything. And, the ones that I decided I didn't want, we're selling and stuff. But yeah, it's been a roller coaster, but I'm still around. I make sure she's pipes were wrapped and stuff for the freeze.
How about them? Are they showing up? Are they showing up to their grandma's house thinking,
right,
I better kiss her butt?
Trying to butter her up?
So I can try and get money?
Now they are.
Mm-hmm.
Now they are.
Mm-hmm.
It just brings out the worst in people.
Thanks.
It really does. You're a good man, so thank you for sharing that.
Thank you so much for listening to our show, Matt, and sharing your story. We're going to move on to Corey, who has a different perspective on inheritance and whether you should share what you inherited or not. Hi, Corey. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Did you inherit money, Corey, or somebody in your family did?
Oh, somebody in my family did. So we had a passing, and she inherited over $100,000, and and our family needed help, so she helped out a lot, and I just feel like if you're in that position to do so, and your own family needs help, why not help out? I'm not saying give them like portions of all of it, but I mean just help out when you can. That's what I think. That's the right thing to do, especially for your own family.
Do you feel like, Corey, that because I feel like what I've heard people go down the rabbit hole, it never ends. You know, you said help out when you can. Other family members assume you can all the time, multiple times.
Yeah, they're going to think that $100,000 30 years from now will still be there.
You got $100,000,
right, multiple times. Yeah, I get that, but after a good time, a couple times, you don't keep doing it. I mean, you did what you can. I feel like that will better the relationship. I mean, she said she got 100,000. She's like, I help out with like 500. Like, I don't know. We're smart as humans. We know the amounts to give. I mean, not keep going, not get taken advantage of, but actually help them in a situation if they really need help.
Yeah,
or give them a loan. Like, say 500 is fine. Here's 500 to do this, but you want $5,000? Well, let's set up a loan, a low interest rate, something. That way they pay you back. That way.
A lot of times when family asks for money,
families wants
they
the
say,
money.
"Can you loan it to me?" And that's in quotes.
Yes. The loan means give it to me.
That's what I'm saying. You write it up. Go, okay, you get that. My sister, I borrowed money from her after my divorce. I needed a couple grand, and it took me a while to pay it back.
But you did.
Or maybe no interest, right?
And my sister's loaded. She didn't need that money.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's her money.
Right.
And I made a deal, so I'll make sure to
That's
pay
what
it.
I did with my dad, and he just made sure there was no interest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just like we needed a new roof. Our roof was leaking because a tree fell on it. Like, it was just a hot mess.
That's what family does.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I have the money for it, but, obviously we paid it back, and it was nice because we didn't have to pay for the interest.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, the interest is a huge thing.
Yes.
A lot of people are texting about things, about their opinions on whether you should share money you got in an inheritance. Essence said you should not give them a dime because you got that money fair and square. Another person said, you can invest the money and then that way you can use it to help your family and still keep the amount of money. But, hey,
ultimately, it's entirely up to you. They made the decision to leave that to you, not to them.
If you're
you should not feel the pressure from them.
If you're in a situation, y'all can go to the listener line at 713-278-VENT. That's 8368. There are a lot of people, I think all of us personally know stories of people fighting over houses that were left to them or left in limbo.
We're still waiting. That's my dream someday down the road. Somebody's like a super Roula and Ryan show fan. They're super rich, and they left us like $10 million.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, y'all just
you guys
took me through the
entertained me for
morning.
20
You really
years?
think there's like some multimillionaire sitting there? I really like that radio show. I think I'm going to give
Ryan,
them everything when I die.
Not everything, I'm just saying.
It can happen. Listen,
I'm hoping someday.
Hold on, Eric, I thought of you
I'm
when
the biggest
person
pizza party
in
ever here.
Sugarland. Listen,
Oh, you're getting them a pizza while you got millions.
No,
just
listen,
a
when that
mod.
person in Sugarland won the $800 million Powerball, I thought, wouldn't that be crazy if Eric's dream came true? If the person who won the $800 million listened to our show and said, you know what, I'm going to give y'all each $10,000.
You guys made me
Or
laugh every day, or
$100,000.
you're always there with me.
I was like, wow, that'd be so amazing.
That's my goal
I'd
someday.
say thank you so
before
much.
I die or retire.
We do it for fun and we do it for free.
That'd be
It'd
cool.
be nice if somebody super loaded gave us a kickback.
It's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
Okay, after
Radio is free. We actually get paid.
Yeah, we don't come in and do this for free.
Right, but it doesn't cost you anything to listen to us. It's free.
Yeah,
Radio's
that's true.
free. That's why it's so amazing. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
All right, so after making its Houston debut last year, the Foodie Land Festival is returning to Houston for a second time. It's going to be at NRG Park. It's a foodie-inspired event, and it features more than 185 multicultural food vendors along with entertainment experiences. So the festival is slated for April 4th through the 6th. It'll be NRG's Green Lot. That's where they're going to hold it, and the Green Lot. It's an evening event with Friday hours of 3 to 10.
I don't know what color the lots are.
Well, they show
I
it.
just know the yellow lot is the furthest one from the Nutcracker Market.
I know the
You
red
need a
one's
trolley
close.
to get there.
The red one's on Kirby. I turn left coming from my way from
I'll have to look at the
59.
map. I don't know which one of the green.
They usually have people guiding you. They've got signs that'll tell you which way to turn in for the event.
I don't know about some other a gun.
How is it the gun and snake show?
I'll tell you.
For Tattoo Kingdom.
The weirdest
I
thing
got
was
a tattoo, and I bought a snake, and I got a gun.
The scheduling of
I didn't go to the
events.
food festival.
Where's the food?
For years, I would host Disney on Ice, and almost every single time they'd have a gun show at the exact same
No,
time.
Disney on Ice and Nutcracker Market always run together in November.
But then they have the
But
Disney
I'd
show
see
like
these
2-3
guys-
times a year now.
Yeah.
Used to.
I would see these guys carrying things that looked like a bazooka on their shoulder, and in one parking, I mean,
Really?
literally,
A bazooka?
yeah, this thing looked like a rocket launcher, and they're carrying all these big weapons, and they're just little kids with
This
their
guy
Mickey
was
Mouse
walking out
stuff.
with a tank on his back. He had strapped it on his back. He's so strong. He was the strongest man alive.
Mickey Mouse dolls around it.
It's just weird how they have so many different events happening at the exact same time.
Remember we said, Kevin, what was it, to the cat festival, and you brought a dog?
Yeah, well, I claimed
You brought a dog to the cat
I
festival?
claimed that my dog was a mix of cat and dog. Because
The pronouns are different.
Yeah, something like that. It was very ignorant. Because he was a Chinese crested powder puff, so he kind of had cat features to him.
Oh my God.
I was immediately turned away and escorted out by the police.
How many times have you been like thrown out of something?
There's
Like I
two.
remember in the Galleria with Roula and
We've
myself,
been thrown out many times.
you threw yourself down the stairs in a wedding dress.
I got thrown out of Christmas parties the most because I would go to the high dollar big company Christmas parties where you didn't know so and so from human resources. I could be anybody at your company, and I got through a lot of them. But at the same time, I was escorted
Remember,
out.
you jump up on the mic and do a speech. Like,
Talk.
hey, Bob, you crazy son of a bitch. Remember that?
Yes.
They're like, who the hell's this guy?
The mistake
this
Special
guy?
K made is when he started working not solo. When you started taking others with you is when
They
you
looked
started getting
suspect.
busted.
Mumbles and Adrian, they looked very suspect.
But when you were by yourself, you were eating high on the hog that shrimp cocktail, drinking all the vodka.
Not to mention the sliced meats.
He's got a lot of shrimp because of us.
The shrimp boat.
He's going to turn pink over here like a flamingo.
Iodine poisoning.
The prawns. If you missed what happened on today's Roula and Ryan's Roses update, we had a very important update because we were all looking forward to talking to Sierra after we believed that her sister Stacy was talking to a very shady man who was lying to her about his real identity. Hear what happened on last week's Roula and Ryan's Roses. Get the update next on the Roula and Ryan Show.